Hello, dear friends. I encourage you to do your own research and form your own opinion about what is happening in this great hidden war of good versus evil. Opinion piece: the great destruction, social reset, digital warfare, debt stabilization, illusion of normality. Everything is on track. It's all starting to happen. Times of material turmoil. The coalition holds the keys. Turning point on April 20th. People are noticing the illusion. Let's start. The great destruction has begun. Some call it the reset. People are noticing the illusion that was life around them. The reset is the great destruction, while new programs are implemented for a new system that is not visible. Certain visible events could be serving as smoke screens while deeper changes are implemented in the economic, social, or political system. A major social reset is underway, and current events are orchestrated or amplified to distract the public from recognizing deeper systemic changes or illusions in their daily lives. More and more people are noticing the illusions surrounding us, which implies a growing public skepticism toward the dominant narrative or official explanation of events. Major events are being used to distract from a broader orchestrated social reset. Narratives are being used to divert public attention from problems or structural changes in society. Many people are waking up to the idea that the system we grew up in was not as solid or fair as we thought. Things like the cost of living, debt, the automation of work, and digital surveillance are making that illusion of normalcy look increasingly fragile. Calendar. Mr. Poole said on Telegram that on Thursday, March 27th, the Fed was compromised by the coalition when its cyber teams took full control of federal servers, exposing the quantum cloaking code used to hide the massive creation of currency during each crisis. No more fiat money printing. This wasn't a stimulus, but digital slavery. On Friday, April 11th, a silent Level 1 operation began, forcing a global monetary revaluation. The operation as a whole will not be known as a reset, but rather as liquidity flow alignment, sovereign debt stabilization, or post-pandemic optimization. JFK Jr. and Julian Assange said on Telegram. The Great Disclosure will expose classified technologies to the public, and energy, healthcare, and transportation systems will enter a new era. When the expected outcome occurs, a planetary council will be announced, new coalition leaders will emerge, and 177 nations will sign a non-territorial cooperation treaty. All nations will recognize the sovereign rights of their people under natural law, and the global gold standard will be confirmed. The next phase will include the declassification of interplanetary programs, the public disclosure of secret space operations, and the recognition of a unity agreement with representatives of other worlds. This will include the deployment of universal base energy, the distribution of 0.3 energy generators to the first 12 countries, and the dismantling of the old energy grid. Subsequently, new Earth constitutions will be signed at the local level, and communities will select peace councils to represent them on the Planetary Council. Governments will thus be replaced by service cells. Finally, the final transfer to the quantum Ethernet will be completed, and all devices will migrate to that network. Artificial intelligence will be fully transparent, accountable, and aligned with the interests of human beings. Deployment. According to Gay Stellar, everything is underway. Final alignment is being worked on behind the scenes. Deployment won't be instantaneous, but it is happening, step by step, piece by piece. Quantum AI doesn't demand trust, but loyalty. Once authorized, recipients receive quantum access cards with embedded identity chips that connect directly to gold-backed digital wallets. These wallets are offline, secure, and independent of any existing central banking structure. Operation Phoenix has nullified the dark side's latest attempt to jump the emergency broadcast system. The coalition now has full control of the ABS global infrastructure. The signal is secured and the storm is ready. Over the past 60 days, dark forces deployed rogue satellites, signal jammers, frequency warfare, and black artificial intelligence systems to stop EBS, but of Iron Shield operation led by the Space Force unleashed countermeasures, and the dark side lost the digital war. On April 7, 2025, the EBS system was successfully tested in Greenland via a classified quantum relay node. The result was 100% global media penetration, with no censorship, overrides, or shutdowns. Thus, every screen, every phone, and every satellite is now under coalition control. The coalition holds the keys. The sabotage immune quantum freedom network is now active, bypassing big tech with active quantum ID shields. Its deployment has been confirmed in the US, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, Australia, Eastern Europe, Japan, parts of Africa, and South America. Prepare for the 10 days of truth. Stay awake, stay strong, nothing can stop what is coming. Conclusion. Caroline Bessette Kennedy said on Telegram that the wait is over. Phase 0 is complete. Underground bases neutralized. Escape routes destroyed. Leaders arrested. Their networks are crumbling fast. False flag plots intercepted. Financial sabotage blocked. Bioweapons seized. The dark side is cornered and crumbling. There is nowhere to hide. Elon Musk's Starlink isn't just the internet. It is the digital sweat of the operation, powered by artificial intelligence, codename Prometheus. It now controls global communications, intercepts dark side conversations, and is armed with electromagnetic pulse (EMP) technology, already used to destroy laboratories in Greenland and the South Pacific. The content of the ABS is unlike anything you expected. Secret bases on the Moon and Mars stormed, escape plans destroyed, weather monitoring devices confiscated, and CEOs of major media outlets resigned. Their scripts came from intelligence agencies. New banks are coming online under benevolent control. The final hour is approaching. Expect blackouts. Expect silence before the storm. But make no mistake, this is liberation. This is history. This is the rebirth of humankind. This is not a drill. This is the storm. Forecast. Turning point on April 20th. Will something big happen on Easter? Asks Michael Snyder. According to Sierra, it seems that Easter is coming into focus as a possibility for a major event. No one said it would be easy. It's exhausting, but we keep going. April has already been a month of many upheavals for the world. Many futurologists, astrologers, and analysts point to April 20th as a turning point, although the month is full of major changes so far. Mid-April astrological forecast by Joe Theodore. Aggressive timeline changes. Mars triggers energy shocks in the system. Mid-April astrology ignites inner and outer fires. Mars in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius from April 18th to 26th, 2025 is highlighted as a time of heightened passion, motivation and assertiveness, indicating a period of rapid change, conflict and evolutionary growth. This aspect is described as a shock to the system, symbolizing an aggressive and transformative energy that can catalyze rapid personal and collective growth. The recent full moon in Libra is considered a turning point, marking the end of a period of stagnation and retrograde confusion. Multiple retrograde motions, Mars, Mercury, and Venus, have created emotional frustration and delays. But as the planets move direct, forward momentum and clarity continue. Theodore suggests financial volatility, namely gain and loss of wealth, isolation, and changes in the global power structure, and urges a focus on personal growth and conflict resolution during these turbulent times. The astrologer encourages using this period for self-reflection, creative expression, and embracing change. Breaking news. Total blackout in Puerto Rico, an experiment. China faces a new 245% tariff. China's manufacturing industry has collapsed. China opens the door to resuming trade talks. The US relies on rare earth imports from China. China would lose a trade war with the US, according to Victor Davis Hansen. The trade war will cause a significant slowdown in China, according to Morgan Stanley. The BRICS summit approaches as the trade war escalates. Russia has plans to explore deep space, both the Moon and Mars. Markets. Stocks plummet as the Fed chairman talks about stagflation. A Fed announcement caused the markets to plummet. Jerome Powell indicates that the effects of the measures on the economy remain highly uncertain. The dollar bubble bursts. This would be the collapse predicted by Peter Schiff. Prepare for continued extreme volatility, warns a Goldman trader. German economy sentiment plummets amid tariff chaos. Asian stocks rise on hopes of more tariff exemptions. Gold price hits record high. A troy ounce surpassed $3,350. Gold could reach $4,500 by the end of the year. Gold rises thanks to central bank purchases and investor demand. New York proposed legalizing cryptocurrencies for government payments. Stablecoin policy is more dangerous than tariffs, says Italian minister. Investors dump US stocks at a record pace. When economists are this pessimistic, it means the West is already in the offing. Middle East. F-35 stealth fighters may not be able to evade Iranian radars. On Palm Sunday, Israel bombed the only Christian hospital in Gaza. The Israeli military admits that Hamas still has 75% of the tunnels intact and 40,000 fighters. Saudi Arabia will pay serious debt to the World Bank. Ghana has ordered foreigners to leave its gold market by the end of the month. Americas. Trump gives an ultimatum to the American countries. They must choose between China or the US. The Mexican government threatens to impose tariffs on US chicken and pork. Mexican authorities seize more than 50,000 liters of hydrocarbons. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.